Okay guys, the first DIY on this video is the wine bottle centerpieces. So you have to bear with me. I actually lost a lot of footage. My camera went out on me, so I lost some stuff and had to refilm it. So right here I'm just taking some empty wine bottles I got from some neighbors, and I had a couple at the house, and I'm just spray painting them. I chose to use chalkboard paint because I wanted a matte finish instead of the semi-gloss or the gloss. So I wanted a really matte look. So right here I'm just going through some items that I have gathered. I'm getting ready to do the rustic farmhouse tablescape. So I have some items. Those are some picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off. So I'm gathering all of the items that I think I may want to use to create this farmhouse tablescape. Those are some lanterns that I got from Dollar Tree. That's one of my favorite candles from Bath and Body Works. That's a little farmhouse sign that I got from Dirt Cheap. That's actually the deer that my son was painting in the prior video. That's the finished product. That's how the wine bottles actually turned out. It turned out really nice. Here, this was a very good buy that I found at Dirt Cheap. They're the Hearth and Home, Magnolia Homes, bird, I think it's the bird nest plate chargers. I have some red napkins that I already had, and I have some different napkin ring holders. Those also were some different table runners that I was able to find at Dirt Cheap. That one is actually a scarf that I bought from Target, and that was actually my inspiration at Plaid. So I'm trying to play around and see exactly which one of the table runners that I would like to use. Outside of the plaid one is actually a scarf. It was like $7, but the other ones I landed at Dirt Cheap for $3 a piece, and they were actually the Magnolia Homes Hearth and whatever, I can't even think of the name of it, their brand, and that was absolutely a good steal for $3 a piece. So right now I'm just playing around and trying to see exactly which table runner I want to use. So I want to go with a kind of simple look, and so I decided on this one with the fringe. I really do like it. You can't see it on camera as good, but it does have like a bling on the fringe. So I'm just placing the chargers now, the bird nest chargers. And I got the whole set for $4.20, and they're actually in the store for $9.99 a piece. So it was an absolutely good buy. So right now I'm just taking the wine bottles that I painted with the chalkboard paint. I'm taking them and kind of playing around and seeing exactly where I want to place them on as a centerpiece. And I have the picks. I'm playing around putting the picks in, taking them out, trying to see exactly how I'm sorry the camera was not facing that. It's a bad view, but just trying to see exactly where I want the centerpiece and how I want it to play it. And I really do like the picks. They were really realistic, and they had some pine cones on them. So here I'm just going through each plate that I got from Dollar Tree. Just a simple white plate. So I'm going through and just basically setting the table. The red napkins that I had 6 total. And I had enough of the black napkin rings, but I had these 3 napkin rings that I found, the wooden ones that I really liked, but I didn't find the whole set. So I decided to use the wooden ones for the 2 head seats. And so the black and white was actually a piece of fabric that I had around the house from another project, and I just cut them the same length as my red cloth napkins and just layered it and made the bow tie look. So basically, essentially putting 2 napkins inside the ring and making a bow tie. So I was able to use the wooden napkin rings after all, even though I didn't have a full set. So that's another thing to think about when you're doing a tablescape. It's all about balance and just making it your own. So right now I'm just kind of playing around with things. I didn't want it to be too busy. I didn't want it to be like over the top or anything. It was just something simple. Because like I said, we won't even be here for the holidays, but I'm just dressing the table just to have a nice little look, have the house festive. So as you can see, that's a close-up of the napkin rings. All right, so the next DIY is a rustic mason jar wall sconce. So I know you've probably seen these all over on YouTube and Pinterest. So I decided to do my version of it from Dollar Tree. And this is where I lost some of the footage, so I'm having to go back and re-film after my camera went out. So I lost that footage showing you from start to finish. So I don't even have the wrappers where everything came out of. So I decided to skip a few steps. Instead of just buying raw wood, I was able to buy these wooden wall plaques from Walmart for like $2. They were basically plain and already stained. These are the mason jars I got from Dollar Tree. Some picks that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off. I think they were like 50 cents. Some LED votives that I got from Dollar Tree. And the ring that I was holding up is the actual hose ring that you can get from any hardware store. I actually got mine from Walmart. So basically, I'm going to use that hose ring to attach the mason jar to the piece of wood. So originally what I did with the other footage is I actually used Gorilla hot glue and glued it to the wood because I was trying to do it quickly. And as you can see where I had the glue on the wood. It did not hold. It held for like a couple days and then it fell actually off the wall. So I would not recommend doing it that way. I was trying to go the quick route. So we later on had to go and my husband had to actually drill a hole and so we can put a screw through the hose ring so we'll be able to secure it more safely to the wall or to the wood plank. So right here, he just went ahead and hammered his spot. What did he do? He hammered the holes in the beginning and then he went through and drilled it through. So now after he's drilled it, he's going ahead and just placing the screw and going ahead and screwing it into the wood securely. So that is the finished product. I was able to go ahead and put those picks that I got from Hobby Lobby in there. And I put the votives in there, so it gave it a really realistic look. So this DIY is the burlap. It was a simple drawstring burlap garland. But this one, you just need a bundle or a roll of burlap. You need some yarn or, twine, scissors, and then you also need either a needle or a safety pin. I use a safety pin. This is just acting as your needle to be able to thread through the burlap. So, and this is just simple sewing. If you know how to sew, it's just simple stitching that I'm going to be showing you. So right now I'm just unrolling the burlap, trying to see exactly which side I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to take the yarn and thread it through the safety pin as if you were threading a actual needle. So making sure that my yarn kind of raveled, so you want to make sure you hold on to it once you thread it through your safety pin or your needle. It was much easier for a safety pin for the size of burlap that I had, the holes that is in the burlap. So if you purchase burlap that is tighter knitted, then you might want to use a needle, but you just want something that's going to go through the burlap easy. So after you thread your needle or your safety pin, whichever one you decide to use, you want to tie a knot in it and make sure you hold on to it because it will come loose. So you just need to take your time. This is a time-consuming project. I just did it while watching TV. All you doing is just threading it through, like I say, like a basic stitch. I'm going to make stitches about 2 inches apart. So I'm just going to make the first loop or stitch, excuse me. And I'm just doing it on the end, the part that ravels. I'm just doing that to secure it, and then I'm going to go forth with that, just going in, in and out, making 2-inch stitches. This kind of gets a little boring, so as you can see, I'm going to show you, I'm going to speed it up in a second. But you're just making stitches in and out. And the biggest thing is to make sure you hold on to your safety pin, because if you don't, the string will come out and it sometimes will break. So just making sure that you're very careful when you go in and out. And you just continue going and make sure that you have enough yarn to give you some room to go down the side of the burlap. As you can see, it came off. So right here, all I'm doing is just taking it in. And this is actually the fun part when you're going through at the end, when you've done all this work. Honestly, I think it was like 30 minutes, but it seemed longer. So all you're doing is a drawstring effect. So that's the fun part, where you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I'm just drawing it up. You could actually leave it as a wreath. You can actually add it to a wreath ring if you would like. Right now I'm just spacing it out. You can do it as tight or as loose as you would like. If you're going to hang it, you would want to leave some excess string on the end, so you'll have room to hang it. I started out with hanging mine on my banister, and then I just decided to lay it on my entertainment center. So that's it, you guys. I hope you got something from the video. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of all of our next uploads. Thank you for watching. Bye.